In November 2024, Jaguar, the iconic century-old British car brand, came out with a bold new ad. And that one single move sent its European sales plunging from nearly 2,000 units to just 49. So how did Jaguar end up destroying itself so completely? Let's dive into the history, the legacy, and the disasters that led to the downfall of Jaguar. Jaguar's story began in the 1920s, when two young engineers started building motorcycle sidecars under the name Swallow Sidecar Company. In the 1940s, the company rebranded itself to avoid the unfortunate SS initials and became Jaguar cars. Soon, it became a British luxury icon. The XK120, launched in 1948, was the fastest production car in the world at the time. The C-Type and D-Type dominated Le Mans, bagging 5 wins in the 1950s and cementing Jaguar as a racing powerhouse. For decades, owning a Jaguar was like holding a passport to sophistication. The interiors were polished wood, rich leather, and quiet arrogance. It was the kind of car James Bond would drive before MI6 gave him gadgets. But as the decades rolled on and the industry shifted toward futuristic tech, minimalist design, and electric vehicles, that timeless British charm began to lose its sheen. But even then, with a legacy that powerful, how did Jaguar manage to crash its own brand image? Fast forward to November 2024, and Jaguar decided it was time to reinvent itself. Out went the growling beast and gentleman in a suit vibes. In came the neon lights and avant-garde attitude. The new global campaign was called Copy Nothing, a bold declaration meant to scream creativity and individuality. The visuals were like an art school fever dream meeting a fashion week after party. Bright fuchsia backdrops, androgynous models striking abstract poses, and giant cryptic slogans floating across the screen like "Delete Ordinary," "Live Vivid," and "Break Molds." But here's where Jaws hit the floor. Not a single car appeared in the entire campaign. No sleek silhouette, no engine roar, not even a hood ornament cameo. Instead, the ad showcased feelings, colors, vibes. A luxury car brand decided to sell existentialism. It looked more like a fragrance launch rather than a multi-million-dollar automotive push. Sure, it was glossy, daring, and expensive, but it left viewers asking one burning question. What exactly are we supposed to buy here? A philosophy? A personality? Because without a car in sight, Jaguar's big message felt more like a midlife crisis in 4K. So why did a car brand purposely erase the car? Let's unpack the logic behind that choice. Jaguar, of course, had a plan, at least on paper. The auto industry was changing faster than anyone could have predicted. Tesla had turned technology itself into a status symbol. Porsche had successfully gone electric without losing its identity. Even Rolls-Royce, that temple of tradition, had unveiled the Spectre, a battery-powered palace on wheels. Suddenly, the future of luxury wasn't leather and horsepower. It was silence, sustainability, and software. Jaguar wanted in. But how do you stand out in a world where every brand is already promising the same clean, sleek, futuristic fantasy? Their answer was to do what no one else dared. The brand's new mission was to become a design-first, ultra-luxury EV label, one that appealed to a younger, more creative audience, people who valued bold aesthetics and emotional expression over torque and top speed. They coined the term exuberant modernism to describe this philosophy. It was a kind of rebellious minimalism that celebrated color, contrast, and confidence. Out went the leaping Jaguar emblem. In came a stripped-down word mark, soft grays and creams, and typography so minimal it could have been pulled from an art gallery wall. The company promised a lineup of all-electric cars by 2025, each one bespoke, hand-built, and unapologetically bold. The plan was audacious. But as history has proven, reinvention without roots can be a dangerous game. So how did the world react to this brave new version of Jaguar? When the Copy Nothing ad dropped, social media exploded. Viewers were baffled. Is this a car commercial or a fragrance launch? one tweet joked. Another viral comment under Jaguar's official YouTube upload nailed it perfectly. The only thing brave about this ad is leaving the comments section on. Brutal, but fair. Longtime Jaguar fans felt alienated, saying the company had abandoned its soul, trading heritage for hashtags. The glossy dream has suddenly turned into a marketing meltdown. Even Elon Musk couldn't resist, tweeting dryly, "Do you sell cars?" The critics piled on. Campaign Live dubbed it the Zoolander of rebrands, calling it pretentious and disconnected from reality. Then came the sales apocalypse. Jaguar's European registrations collapsed 97.5% in April 2025, from 1,961 cars to a humiliating 49. Jaguar quickly realized that when your ad sparks a barrage of online jokes instead of test drives, it's not avant-garde, it's suicide. Hey, before we go ahead, if you're loving this video so far, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. All right, back to the story. Now, to be fair, the copy nothing fiasco didn't kill a healthy brand. Jaguar was already clinging to life by its perfectly stitched leather seats. By 2024, its lineup looked less like a luxury catalog and more like a retirement notice. The compact XE and mid-size XF sedans were quietly discontinued. The legendary F-Type, once the poster child of British performance, drove off into the sunset with a final 75 edition. Even dealers were told to sit tight until 2025, when Jaguar promised to relaunch as an all-electric, ultra-luxury marque. No new cars, no hype, no customers walking through the door. Meanwhile, its parent company, Jaguar Land Rover, was doing just fine. In fact, better than fine. In 2024, JLR posted record profits, powered almost entirely by Range Rover and Defender sales. Those SUVs had six-figure price tags and wait lists stretching months. Jaguar, on the other hand, was barely a blip on the spreadsheet. In the US, the brand sold roughly 8,000 cars in 2023, down nearly 80% from its 2017 peak. The once glamorous symbol of British speed and sophistication had become a ghost in its own house. Elegant, yes, but eerily quiet. So when the ad dropped, it didn't just miss the mark, it spotlighted a brand that had already forgotten who it was. So here's the big lesson. Luxury brands can't treat themselves like cool tech startups overnight. If you erase your product from your marketing, people might just assume you've erased the brand. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, leave a comment below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next one.